And here is the Vegan's Almanac for today, the 26th of May, 2025. Today is the feast day for 16th century St. Philip Neri. St. Philip Neri was known as a lover of animals and is often depicted in icons holding his pet dog, a Maltese. He was an advocate for vegetarianism and would often free captured birds he found in the market, and then the birds tended to follow him around. He went so far in his defense of all living things that he wouldn't even swat flies, but constantly left the windows open so that they could escape. It was on this day in 2004 that Jake Conroy was arrested. Jake Conroy is an American animal rights activist and vegan. He has been recognized as one of the top 100 most influential vegans by Plant-Based News. When he was 22 years old, he campaigned against the Maka whale hunt and was arrested by the U.S. Coast Guard for obstruction. It was the first ever disruption of a whale hunt in U.S. coastal waters. By directly putting themselves between the hunted and the hunters in various vessels, Jake and other activists reduced the anticipated kill of 20 Pacific gray whales down to 1. Years later, on May 26, 2004, 15 armed FBI agents broke into a small home in California with federal air marshals circling in helicopters. Conroy was among 7 animal rights advocates who were arrested and charged with disrupting the work of Huntington Life Sciences, or HLS. In its drug testing, HLS used dogs, primates, and rats in vivisection experiments. The group likened its activities to the Underground Railroad and the Boston Tea Party. In 2006, branded as domestic terrorist, Conroy was sentenced to 4 years in prison for his involvement in the campaign against Huntington Life Sciences in what was one of the most successful animal rights campaigns in history, leading to HLS's market value falling by 90%. The publication of Yoga and Veganism, The Diet of Enlightenment by Sharon Gannon, was on this day in 2020. In this book, the co-creator of the Jivamukti Yoga method explores the intersection between the spiritual practice of yoga, physical health, care for the planet, and a peaceful coexistence with other animals and nature. Through clear and accessible language, Sharon Gannon unpacks the wisdom of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, one of the oldest and most revered texts focused on the philosophy of yoga, and draws a fascinating course to greater enlightenment for the contemporary practitioner. With yama, or restraint, the Yoga Sutras outline the first steps on the path to spiritual liberation through 5 ethical principles that help guide our relationships with the world around us. Ahimsa teaches us how to avoid personal suffering through not harming others, while Satya reveals how telling the truth allows us to be better listened to. Through Asteya, or non-stealing, we learn the secret of wealth. Brahmacharya reveals how refraining from sexual misconduct leads to health and vitality. And finally, Aparigraha opens our eyes to the ways in which greed holds us back from true happiness and is destroying the planet. Yoga and veganism shines a light on these 5 guiding principles, demonstrating how the practice of yoga is tied to an ethical vegan lifestyle, which opens the path to both physical wellness and spiritual enlightenment. Featuring a selection of delicious recipes from the author, along with personal essays from individuals whose lives have been transformed by veganism, including filmmaker Kip Anderson of Cowspiracy. Yoga and Veganism provides a framework for yoga students and teachers looking to bring their asana practice into alignment with the philosophy at the heart of the discipline, as well as with the earth around them and all of the beings within it. And here is the Gayatri mantra for today. May my intellect be steady without agitation. May it be clear without anger or passion. May the brilliant light of the sun beam through my intellect so that my perception of the world may be clear. The Gayatri mantra. This has been the Vegan's Almanac with a reminder that living vegan can open your spiritual eyes.